What if Tanjiro had the same potential and physical strength as Yorichi? Could he save everyone he lost in this timeline? Let's start the video. The moment Tanjiro was born, his father Tanjiro noticed something impossible: a natural demon slayer mark and an unnaturally strong body for a newborn. As Tanjiro grew, his physical abilities grew even faster. He could cut wood with a single strike, lift heavy buckets and stones that his siblings couldn't even budge. Everything in his life went the same, until the day he went out to sell charcoal. When he returned home, he found his entire family slaughtered by a demon, Tanjiro's demon slayer. Mark glowed with rage for the first time. Nezuko, now a demon, attacked him, but Tanjiro overpowered her with his immense strength and held her back without hurting her. Then Giyu arrived. He tried to kill Nezuko, but Tanjiro stopped him using sheer strength alone. Seeing Tanjiro's resolve and power, Giyu finally understood and knocked Nezuko out before sending both siblings to Urokodaki. Urokodaki was shocked by Tanjiro's strength, speed, and stamina. He trained Tanjiro in water breathing, but Tanjiro couldn't synchronize with it. Instead, he wanted to learn sun breathing, and Urokodaki agreed, because to him, it didn't matter which style Tanjiro learned. A talent like his needed to be refined, not restricted. Then came the final selection. Tanjiro killed the hand demon with a single strike, saving many demon slayers who would have died. Word spread instantly. The Sunborn prodigy has appeared. After this, Tanjiro also hunted down the swamp demon, saving many young girls from the nearby town. He sliced down the swamp demon with a single strike, shocking everyone who witnessed his power. Now Tanjiro and Nezuko would arrive in Asakusa, and this is where Tanjiro finally meets Muzan. Muzan is stunned the moment he sees Tanjiro, especially that glowing demon slayer mark. Realizing the danger, Muzan quickly turns a nearby man into a demon and slips away into the crowd. After Muzan disappears, Tanjiro meets Tamayo, but before they can talk for long, they're attacked by two lower rank demons. However, with his current strength and the power of his mark, Tanjiro defeats both of them easily, without taking even a single scratch. After defeating those demons, the siblings head to the drum demon's house. There, Tanjiro meets Zenitsu and Inosuke for the first time. Using perfect balance and explosive speed, Tanjiro defeats the drum demon with one clean slash, saving the children trapped inside the shifting rooms. Soon, the assignment for Mount Natagumo arrives. Once they reach the mountain, Tanjiro cuts through the spider family effortlessly, his blade slicing every thread like paper without even chipping his sword. Then he faces the child demon, Rui. With sun breathing and overwhelming power, Tanjiro obliterates Rui, ending the fight instantly. Here, Nezuko doesn't awaken her blood demon art, but every one of them walk away with far fewer injuries. After recovering, Tanjiro finally meets the other Hashira, but this time, things are different. The Hashira actually respect Tanjiro because he defeated lower rank 5 on his own. Still, they remain cautious about one thing: Tanjiro is carrying a demon. Tanjiro tries to convince them, and most of the Hashira begin to understand, but of course, it still doesn't stop Sanemi. Sanemi tries to attack Nezuko, just like in the original timeline, but this time, because of Tanjiro's overwhelming strength, he easily stops him. Tanjiro counters with a headbutt so powerful, it sends Sanemi flying across the room. This only makes Sanemi even angrier, but before anything escalates, Kagaya steps in. Using his calm presence and his future sight, Kagaya tells everyone that Tanjiro and Nezuko are here only to help humanity. He asks the Hashira to accept them as allies. With the meeting settled, Tanjiro moves on to his next mission, investigating the demon responsible for attacks on passengers aboard the Mugen train. Now they meet Rengoku on the train, and just like in the main storyline, everyone falls asleep under Enmu's blood demon art. But Tanjiro quickly discovers how to break out of the dream world using his overwhelming willpower. After everyone wakes up, Tanjiro confronts Enmu on top of the train while Inosuke, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Rengoku protect the passengers below. Tanjiro cuts Enmu's head easily using sun breathing. However, Realizing he's about to lose, Enmu refuses to accept defeat and derails the entire train in a desperate attempt to kill the Demon Slayers. When the train crashes, everyone immediately starts helping the passengers, and that's when Akaza emerges from the forest. And oh boy, this is where the story becomes intense. Since the fight with Enmu was easy, everyone is still in good condition, so Tanjiro, Rengoku, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Nezuko all fight Upper Moon free together. But there's one problem. Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Nezuko are still too weak at this point. Akaza defeats all three of them effortlessly, leaving only Tanjiro and Rengoku standing. Tanjiro and Rengoku push past their limits together, but even then, Tanjiro is still no match for an Upper Moon. He's severely injured during the battle, and Rengoku, despite fighting with everything he has, still can't defeat Akaza alone. Tanjiro watches as Rengoku reaches the brink of death, and in that moment, Tanjiro unlocks the transparent world and enters a selfless state, pushing his body past all limits. Seeing Tanjiro fight desperately to save him, something inside Rengoku snaps awake. His head begins to glow as he unlocks his own Demon Slayer mark, because as we know, Demon Slayer marks can spread through strong will. Now with both Tanjiro and Rengoku unleashed, they push Akaza to his absolute limits. Using the transparent world and their Demon Slayer marks, they manage to cut off Akaza's head, but it's still not enough, because he can regenerate it instantly. So the two of them keep attacking, slicing his head again and again, stalling for time. Finally, as the sun rises, Akaza is trapped. The sunlight hits him and Akaza turns to dust. And with that, Tanjiro successfully saves Rengoku. This earns Tanjiro massive respect across the Demon Slayer Corps, especially after the news spreads about how he and Rengoku defeated an Upper Moon together. After spending some time recovering from that intense battle, Tanjiro and the others are soon sent to the entertainment district. Just like in the main story, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke disguise themselves and begin investigating the demon hiding in the district. Once they discover the Upper Moon, the fight begins immediately. Inosuke and Zenitsu locate the underground prison and start rescuing the hostages, while Tanjiro confronts Daki head-on. Using his overwhelming strength, Tanjiro slices through Daki's obi like it's nothing, and even cuts her head off with a single clean slash, but that's when Gyutaro emerges from within. Tengen also arrives on the battlefield, and the real fight begins. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Tengen fight Gyutaro together, with Tanjiro using his Demon Slayer mark and the transparent world to gain a massive advantage. Seeing that Tanjiro can hold his own against Gyutaro with ease, Tengen leaves Tanjiro and Nezuko to finish him while he goes to help Zenitsu and Inosuke fight Daki. And let's be honest, the demons don't stand a chance. Using Sun breathing at full power, Tanjiro cleanly cuts off Gyutaro's head at the same moment Tengen slices off Daki's. After the battle, Obanai finally arrives at the scene and sees that all the Demon Slayers are safe and unharmed. And since Tanjiro defeated Gyutaro so easily, he doesn't fall into a 2-month coma, and Tengen doesn't lose his hand, though he still chooses to retire from the Demon Slayer Corps. Because Tanjiro has now defeated both Gyutaro and Akaza, 2 Upper Moons, Kagaya offers Tanjiro the rank of Hashira. Tanjiro gladly accepts, earning the title of Son Hashira. Soon after, they arrive at the Swordsmith village. Everything goes just like the main story. Tanjiro meets Muichiro, and he receives his new sword from the Yorichi training doll. As night falls, the demons attack the village. Muichiro faces Gyoko, while Tanjiro battles Hantengu. Just like in the original story, Muichiro unlocks his Demon Slayer mark and kills Gyoko with a single slash before collapsing from poison. Meanwhile, Tanjiro cuts off Hantengu's head with 1 strike, but 2 clones split from his body. Tanjiro doesn't think much of it and keeps cutting their heads, causing even more clones to appear. That's when Tanjiro realizes he needs to find and kill the original body. Nezuko uses her blood demon art to stall the clones, and Tanjiro also helps keep them busy. Eventually, all 4 clones merge into Zohakuten. Mitsuri arrives and fights this giant form, while Tanjiro, Genya, and Nezuko search for the real body. During her fierce battle with Zohakuten, Mitsuri also unlocks her Demon Slayer mark, and soon after, Tanjiro uses his sense of smell to locate the true Hantengu. With one precise slash, he kills the main body immediately. As the sun rises, Nezuko survives its light completely unharmed, leaving everyone in shock. With this miracle, the Hashira training arc begins, with Rengoku and Tengen joining the training alongside the others. During this time, Tanjiro continues practicing sun breathing. He masters every form easily, except the 13th form, which still challenges him. The real reason Tanjiro was never able to use his full strength was actually his sword. If he applied too much power, his blade would break. But now that he has Yorichi's sword from the doll, Tanjiro can finally use his full potential. Soon, Muzan appears. He kills Kagaya and immediately falls into the trap prepared for him. The Infinity Castle opens, swallowing all Hashira and Demon Slayers. Since Akaza is already dead, only Muzan, Doma, Kokushibo, Nekime, and Kaigaku remain. Just like before, Zenitsu confronts Kaigaku. He takes his revenge by proving he truly mastered thunder breathing, using his new 7th form to defeat his rival. Meanwhile, Obanai and Mitsuri struggle against Nekime until Yushiro arrives and takes control of her mind. With Rengoku also inside the Infinity Castle, Tanjiro, Rengoku, Giyu, Inosuke, Kanao, and Shinobu take on Doma. Their combined power overwhelms him instantly. Tanjiro cuts Doma's head off with one precise sun-breathing slash, ending the battle immediately. After hearing instructions from the crow, Tanjiro rushes toward Kokushibo's location. Every surviving Hashira and Slayer joins the fight. Although Kokushibo is extremely powerful, he now faces 7 Hashira at once. They attack him from every direction, and Tanjiro cuts off his head with a single sun-breathing strike. Seeing Yorichi reflected through Tanjiro, Kokushibo finally realizes his mistakes and dies peacefully. Now it's time for the final battle. Muzan, Shinobu, Giyu, Tanjiro, Rengoku, Gyomei, Muichiro, Sanemi, Obanai, Mitsuri, 9 Hashira in total, along with Inosuke, Zenitsu, Genya, and Kanao all join forces against Muzan. Everyone activates their Demon Slayer marks from the start. Gyomei, Sanemi, and Giyu begin the assault, attacking Muzan from all angles. As they grow tired, Rengoku, Muichiro, Mitsuri, and Shinobu take over, ensuring Muzan always faces fresh Hashira ready to strike. Tanjiro uses all forms of sun breathing, desperately trying to unlock the 13th form. The Slayers support one another, fighting without suffering any severe injuries. Tanjiro's sword begins to glow bright red. He finally achieves the 13th form and cuts all 7 of Muzan's hearts and 5 brains simultaneously. Muzan feels the same fear he felt centuries ago and turns to dust. In this version, they don't need to stall until sunrise, and Tanjiro does not become the Demon King. Click on this video next, where I rank all the Hashira from strongest to weakest.